Oh,
Calendar book real quick.
okay.
Do you want to do any tarot?
Sure. Ooh, looks like a Spice Girl right now with my hair. So, summer solstice.
Summer solstice.
I know. I looked it up and, well, because, I want to make sure I get a more precise explanation as to what it represents. So, the summer solstice is called the estival solstice or midsummer. And it occurs when one of Earth's poles has its maximum tilt toward the sun, and it happens twice yearly, once in each hemisphere. So, like, the winter solstice and the summer solstice.
Yeah, but we don't have a spring or fall one because they're not as extreme polarities like
Yeah,
summer and winter.
yeah,
As with winter solstice, the summer solstice is a time of rest, but while Yule's rest is one of hibernations, with us is one of relaxation. Months have been spent on planning and planting or on fertilizing and weeding, on growing crops, whether literal or magical. It's time to soak in the sun, perform sun magic to fuel growth and abundant spells, give offerings to and work with the Genesis loci of your area, perhaps even investigate what would be involved in attracting a house spirit into your home if you so desire. Make your bed with fresh sheets and blankets, tuck a dream pillow under your head, and drink a cup of mugwort tea to inspire prophetic dreams. Collect sun water to wash the floors and walls to bring the sun's energy into your home. Add some of the sun's water to the sink when washing dishes to imbue them with energies of health and growth. Picnic, play outdoor games, and build bonfire to celebrate the freedom that comes with having finished hard work tasks.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, actually. Very nice. Inviting a spirit into your house.
Yeah, I don't know about that,
Yeah,
but
I was kind of like,
maybe like a good one, like a protective spirit or
yeah,
something like
I want to
that.
invite the spirit of Thor.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. You're welcome to my house anytime, Thor.
Come on over.
It's, yeah, it's just bathing in the sun. It's good to soak up a good amount of sun, but you don't want to do too much because obviously, too much is not good either. You don't want to turn into
Yeah.
like leathery when you're old. Putting on the hat. I
and
should
hide.
get like an umbrella. Just I don't have one
I
next to me.
did that while I was in Florida. I almost bought one to have one of those little parasols or
Yeah.
umbrellas to
Oh,
shade me while I was out in the sun all day.
yeah. Yeah. So is it like it's humid there too though, right?
So humid.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
Compared
very
like
humid.
accompanied with the heat must be really
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
While it was raining, it was glorious because it cooled it down significantly. But when it was in between and heating back up, it would be probably close to 80% humidity and 95 degrees outside, and it was hot.
Oh my goodness. Ooh. Yeah.
So,
You constantly have to feel like you need to take a shower because you just get sticky and ooh, I don't like that feeling. That's like one of my eh, man. And then also like in the nether regions,
I get
that
swampy.
area is I'm not going to go into that topic right now, but um we
I
already
think
know,
it
right? We don't need
happens.
to talk about it. But it's nice. It's nice to just like travel and go to different places, experience like different weather and all that.
Yeah.
'Cause it's new to it's new.
Yes. It's good to have those expansive moments and explore things beyond what we know.
Yep, I agree 1,000%. So on another topic though, over the weekend, there was quite a bit of news about the electromagnetic um, frequencies or just a lot of like solar flares. The activity off the sun has been very active, and it's been impounding Earth a lot more and higher uh, magnitude, I guess. And so it's kind of risen the frequency of the Schumann resonance, which is considered the heartbeat of the Earth. What do you think that means exactly? Like, what do you think um, something like that happening could affect us?
Yeah, it's really kind of an interesting concept to start diving into. It's not one I would definitely say I have the expertise in, but it's starting to put my foot in the water of understanding it. And there's a lot of scientific aspects to it that I still haven't fully grasped. But just knowing what I do about the electromagnetic field and that of the heart, it's got the highest level of that within our bodies. So I can see how it can have that impact on us.
Hmm.
I think it's interesting to learn about and to be able to be aware of. Um, I liked that video that you sent me. It was really cool. It talked a lot about how some people may not even feel it because their consciousness isn't even aware. So
Yep.
they don't have that level of even noticing it. But those who are aware have, or more receptive, or what have you,
Hmm.
have more of an ability to sense that. And I can say I felt something different this weekend. There's like some stuff moving out for sure. Like I had kind of like a huge detoxing experience, not only being in Florida and sweating my ass off, but
Right,
like
right.
and having new experiences, but just like physically, emotionally, mentally, I've been feeling upgrades that are happening within me and
Yeah.
shifts. So I think it's interesting to see that there's some kind of correlation. Not only that, like I've been doing a lot of work to at night sleep with vibrational healing music, like either binaural beats or
Yeah. I have
chakra
too.
healing music. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like interesting to wonder, like, is there a correlation? The more people are doing things like that, are we all tuning into these frequencies and becoming one with the earth and the things that help elevate consciousness?
Right. For me, it hasn't been in the feet. It was in my head. It was in my brain. I was getting tension headaches throughout the entire weekend, off and on. And and also there was a new moon in Gemini on top of that, which my natal moon is in the sign of Gemini. So it was really like there was a ton of stuff just pummeling in the brain, and Gemini represents, well, Gemini is like the throat and the lungs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But very cerebral, right? There's the air sign, mental energy, and that's in the heart of my emotional state. So I was just like, oh my gosh, just not being able to speak fluently, like almost felt like my mind was going faster than my speech was coming out. So then I felt like I was in Mercury retrograde. I literally felt like that. I still feel that way. I still feel like I'm in that mode even now where I have a lot of things going through my head, but it's going so fast and I can't get the words out to where it makes sense. Or it just, the way I'm saying it isn't coming out the way that I'm interpreting it or that I see
Right.
it. So, it's almost kind of created that, it just kind of turned it upside down, but I think it's balancing out a little bit more. But definitely over the weekend, it was kind of frustrating for me. It felt frustrating. So, but then of course the Saturn retrograde in Pisces probably also has a little bit of impact as well on that. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Neptune is in Pisces right now, which is one of the rulers of Pisces, and it has a sextile going on with Gemini, I believe it was.
Mhm.
And so I think that's where I was picking up that Gemini. or that Pisces connection.
I
Not only like personally my North Node's there, but I'm like working a lot on following my true path, on living in alignment. And I think that's, I mean, I was also doing a lot physically to be impacting my feet, but
hmm
I think that's part of why I had that connection there.
I think that Pisces is just longing for adventure. They're longing to just find something more and expand deeper, right? Which, in order to do that, we have to experience more. We have to travel. We have to become more cultured and really dive into all different things.
Yeah, and I think it helps Pisces to be able to expand their imagination and their dreamy like state because they want to put all of those things they dream out into reality. So it kind of helps them, the more they do, to see that things are more possible, the more that they go out into the world and
Yeah.
put the 4D things into the 3D.
Yes, absolutely. So true. Because you're right. Naturally, Pisces could have so much imagination, so full of life. There's a world that no one could ever access within the realms of their imagination. And all they ever want is to be able to manifest it, right? Like they're the visionary. I would compare it to like Walt Disney was the visionary, but he would not have been able to create Disney without the help of someone else that had the abilities to help manifest it and bring it into tangible reality for him.
Like every person on set has their role. Like the actors all have their job, the director, producers, writers.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their part they make into making that one piece of work come together. So it's kind of like that. And I thought about that a lot while I was actually at Epcot Center and looking at, the famous like golf ball thing they have.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like sacred geometry, like all the points and things
Yeah.
and all the ways that it comes together and wraps around. And like, I couldn't help but think of like all these little points of where we are this central point, but we reach out and have all these connections that go out and beyond ourselves. And sometimes we have no idea what our impact is on the world, and we think we're just this tiny small thing, but there's bigger things that we don't even see about that or
That's true.
whatnot.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good point. We're so conditioned to think that in order for us to be something monumental and influential enough, is that we gain a status. We gain a if we're able to gain a worldwide recognition. See what I'm talking about? I can't really talk. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully this wears off eventually, um, but that is probably not true because it's just even the slightest influence of like, I guess I'll take it down to the very, very basic things. The most influential people in history that we hear about that become such monumental figures were influenced by smaller, lesser known individuals throughout their life
Mhm.
that inspired them. And there's probably so many that we never ever hear about. It's like it really is it really is like the secret warriors, the silent warriors that never really become well known, but their impact was just as great.
Mhm. Yeah, and it also makes me think back to that Schumann resonance where it talked about how the 2 points of effect in each location took like 0.85 milliseconds to reach the other. And it's like the speed of light or even thought or imagination that can have that drastic impact that can go across other places that we like don't ever see. We don't know. Like ideas have so much power,
Yeah.
so do thoughts and feelings, and they're so much bigger than what we are known to measure them. We think of them as insignificant or only important to us sometimes, but they extend beyond our own field of being.
So, Danielle, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you pull a card for me?
Yeah.
Because I'm
I
curious. That
got
just came to my mind. I'm like, I'm curious. I'm wondering if I'm gonna get the frog again.
these two. So my spirit animal, or work your light, or I have my tarot deck.
The spirit animal.
All right.
I wonder if I get the frog again.
That'd be funny.
That'd be super funny. Ooh! Ooh!
The
I got the tigress.
You got the eye of the tiger.
I'm the tiger.
I love the tiger. It's a fun one to work with.
Yeah.
So let me get to my little tiger friend. Where are you? It's hiding. It's in hunter mode. It's like stalking its prey.
Ooh.
So its representation is lunar force, ease in darkness, and feminine energy. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour. And the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that.
And when in balance, it brings passionate, strong, and sensual energies. When out of balance, it's overstimulated. And to bring it back into balance, um, Trataka or candle gazing.
Ooh, candle gazing. I could definitely do that.
I know, the little pyro in you would love that.
I know, right? Remember when I almost like burned my house down?
Yeah.
Yeah. We all went through that phase.
Yeah. I know. I lit a couch on fire in my house once.
So I got a new deck.
Ooh.
I
I
got one
want
of those gold foil tarots. Gold foil.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want a card.
You want a card?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to shuffle here, and I would like you to tell me when to stop. Okay?
Okay. Stop.
All right. Do you want me to pull the card from above or below?
Above.
You got it. You got the Chariot. The card of Cancer.
Mama
That's your
Mia.
son. That's your son.
Go
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. It is a journey that you take along your light and your dark with you, both the yin and the yang.
Here we go. I like the sphinxes at the bottom.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean,
Or
they
they're
got
like
some major THO
like
going on,
yeah.
but you know.
I think I missed what you said.
Oh, okay. I said they got some major THO going on, but you know.
Actually, it's that tiger energy. It's like, ooh, sensual.
It is. It sure is. I just got to cover their cleavage, but yeah, you know. Hey. It's like ooh, it kind of reminds me of, Egyptian deities Sekhmet and Mut.
Yeah.
Sekhmet and Mut. They're both goddesses. Sekhmet is the warring, furious warrior goddess, the daughter of Ra, and then Mot is, I forgot how that's my sign, that's my Egyptian sign is Mot. She's like the mother goddess. She's like the nurturer one. And Sekhmet is
Yeah,
like her alter ego, maybe, I think. But
Yeah, there's one that's usually like depicting like milk kind of like flowing.
Yeah. Like she's the Mott is the one where you know how it's the temple and she's the goddess that's just stretched out over and almost like she's breastfeeding everybody type of
Yeah,
thing. That's her.
like drink up, bitches.
Yeah, like the nurturer, like the
Yeah.
mother, the ultimate mother. But then she is connected to Sekhmet though. I think it's because they're both the same. I think I read somewhere they're both the same, but they're from different parts of Egypt. And Sekhmet could represent her dark nature, maybe, I think. But they're connected in some way.
Yeah, sometimes they have like versions of them that like have reincarnated
Yeah,
or can be like the shadow or light side of one or the other, or like you said, different regions. So there's
yeah,
sometimes different reasons why.
yeah. It would make more sense if the alter ego or the shadow side would could possibly represent um her nature, like how Shiva has different sides of him too. So very much like human beings, just being a human, the human experience, right? Ebbs and flows.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Just rat wave, man.
I'm gonna be like that flower lady that did a
Yeah.
dance, like did the whole like
Oh, it's so pretty. Like, da-da-da.
whatever she did, I don't even know. But it was really cool.
I don't know either. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I was like, holy crap, so graceful. What do you think is yet to come, Danielle?
So much. I think there's big things that are beyond what we've been able to imagine for ourselves coming. I think the more you get in tune with your intuition, the more you can bring into the reality of your being.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it's just learning to expand beyond what we've known and being willing to embrace the unknown.
yeah. I know that whenever I get hit with something that has well, my body will react very strongly when I speak something that is resonating like truthfully. Um like I'll get truth bumps
Mm.
big time, like literally not mediocre ones, like literally my hair is standing up like on my arms and I get like chills like every time. But it's been happening more often, like whenever I'm having a conversation about something or some deep like revelation of some kind. When I'm speaking or talking about something and I get passionate and I even there's times where I'm not passionate about something and I'm just talking about it, but I won't get those truth bumps. But when something is really resonating and hitting, my body's like, there you go. That's it. That's it. You're spot on. And it helps to kill that doubt that I might have when of whatever subject I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's nice to have those like visceral confirmations because there is a lot of noise in the world to have to tune out or like old ways of being to release. So
Yeah.
it's nice to have something that helps reassure ourselves.
Yeah. It makes me feel like whenever you get those goosebumps or truth bumps, it's almost like you're being electrified, but you're drawing in a frequency that is higher in that moment because there's the truth that is being highlighted right there. So then you're drawing in a certain frequency that's confirming it with your body.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, our bodies are like conductors, we are pure energy. So
Yeah,
isn't that neat to think
love
about?
it. I love
Yeah,
it.
to make the connection, right, of it. And that's why earthing is so beneficial because
Hmm.
we are connecting our frequency, our energetic wave with the actual earth or mother.
Yeah, it's really good for the physical body as well as the mental and emotional states and spiritual aspects of ourselves to allow everything to just be released and connected back to that source. As well as if you get an opportunity to do any kind of forest bathing, that's also good to just
Yeah.
experience the
Mhm.
sounds and smells and just the energy of and wisdom of the trees. They can connect to our own spirits, and
Oh yeah. I
it's super
love I love the forest. Like there's nothing compared to it. Just the trees and they're just towering above you and you feel like you're just in this majestic realm of just completely a different dimension, you know. Um, Everything's so much bigger, yet it feels so like that's where you're supposed to be, you know. And it's comforting. It's like it brings out the the real base of who we are deep down, and that is connected. That is connected, you know. Um, it humbles you too. It's a very humbling experience because you realize as you're looking up at these trees, you hear the wind brushing through the very tops of them that makes this roaring sound. Like it's so loud in the forest.
Mhm.
And and you realize, wow, these trees have been around for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. I mean, who knows how many things they've seen? They've seen so much more than I have. You know, what have they witnessed? What have they seen? They probably have, they're so wise. They're a lot wiser than me, you know? And it's crazy. And that's why I think it's actually quite awesome and such a deep spiritual thing to say. It's like if someone were to reincarnate as a tree, you know, wow, that's crazy. I remember when I was little, do you remember ever getting like a feeling of like you'd have these random things, you'd go into such a deep thought? Like you'd go so deep into thought when you're little
Mhm.
that you'd be like, whoa, wait, I'm alive right now. Did you ever get that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like,
I would
wait,
kind of have these huge
yeah,
coming back to earth moments because
yeah,
I would just be off on some other planet almost.
yeah. I would almost kind of freak out. I remember I went through like some moments where I would almost be like, what the crap? Like almost freak out because I'm realizing, wait, okay, I didn't just get here. Wait, I'm actually living right now. Holy crap, I'm a living human. I'm a living organism. I'm moving. I am living. I'm life. Like I can't even tell you, I can't express to you in words right now, like the feeling, but I remember it would dawn on me randomly because I would go so in deep thought about stuff, about like just being. And I would be like, holy shit. Like I would really freak out, like be like amazed, like, but what if I wasn't here?
Yeah,
Just it's yeah.
I'd get lost on the concept of forever. That's what would send me out. I'm like,
Oh,
what?
yeah,
Something could last like beyond
yeah.
everything and like never have an end point.
Oh,
That would
yeah,
get
yeah.
like off on a mental roller
Probably
coaster
it.
out into astral realms.
Yeah. Well, no, it's probably, you know what I think the reason why that might have felt very weird or sounded like almost impossible to fathom is because in society, humans, we're taught from birth that there's a beginning and an end because of life and death. So that's probably why. It's because we have been raised to kind of have this belief that there's going to be a beginning and then death means it's the end, but the forever means that there is no beginning and end. It's a circle of life. And if they say it's the circle of life, that means there's no beginning and end. Yeah. The
Yeah.
circle of life.
Yes.
I don't even know if I did that well enough. Ah, Sabina! I can't do that at all.
Yes.
I might cut that part out.
I think it's gold, so
Okay, cool.
do what you want with it. It's your video. I, I'm entertained.
Very nice. I like.
Good stuff. I cried like a baby on the airplane watching it.
Oh, you
It's
watched
like
on the
the
airplane.
person,
Oh.
yeah, yeah, the person next to me is probably like,
I'm Danielle, you know me, I bawl my eyes out so easily when it comes to emotional, like any movie or storyline that touches the emotions,
Yeah.
I will literally sob my eyes out like no other. And I'm that person that will try so hard to keep it in, like for as long as I possibly can. And then finally I'm not able to, and I burst out, and it's just like, and then I'm like, I'm trying so hard to keep it in. I'm just,
Yeah.
but it's just like pouring out, and I'm just, my nose turns like Rudolph red, and I,
Oh, I become a whole snot factory. I just like it's not even like tears, it's just snot.
me too.
Like
Yeah. Yeah, just falling out.
a nose waterfall. Like just
Yeah. I just I have that, and I also have my eyes are just constantly watering up. Like they're constantly just filling up with water, like tears, and just like literally like I'm a waterfall of tears off my face. Like that emoji, that's me. So, Danielle, this is how emotional I am. Use an example. Alan's watching like a Disney movie or something, and it's like Fox and the Hound or something. You know what I mean? I'm using an example here. And I'm just walking. I didn't even sit down and watch the movie. I'm just walking. I'm walking, into the kitchen. And then, but just so happened when I'm walking there, the most sad scene of like, when they have to become enemies to each other and not
yeah.
see each other anymore. And his friend is having to go after him. You know what I mean? Anyways, and so I'm getting chills right now because that movie really did affect me. Anyways, I'll just hear the music and I'll just like hear the scene going on. I don't even have to watch it. I just hear it happening. I'll start envisioning it and I'll start sobbing. I'll start crying. I don't even have to see the movie. I don't even have to know what's going on or ever watch the movie. I just hear a sad scene playing in the background of some kind of scene that sounds sad, and I'll start tearing up. No, I'm serious. That's me. That's how
Like that's sad, I'm crying.
that's how sensitive I am. Like it's
Yeah. It's hard
literally.
to hold in all that sensitivity to things, but I think it just makes you more real and connected.
It's a pain in the ass though, because I'm like, why am I crying right now? All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all, folks. See you later.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Ba, 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 ba.